Welcome to Minami Lane, a cute and cosy street management simulation where you start off with nothing and expand your village, building shops and decorating them to keep your people happy. So, day one, we have a lonely house and the people inside want a burger store, but unfortunately we have none of the requirements, so I decided to go for a ramen store instead. I then edited the menu, hoping to make all my customers happy. And now it was time to open the street and see what our villagers think. We got some feedback they wanted less pork. This person also agreed. Harper wasn't a huge fan of the street so far because it looks very bland. So day two, I spent fixing the ramen, hoping it would be perfect for them this time. I then decided to add a park since we had to increase the overall satisfaction. I was hoping this would make my villagers more happy and we started the day again. Despite my efforts, people were still complaining they wanted more eggs this time and less noodles. On the plus side, people were enjoying the park. Day 3, I quickly edited the menu once again, then decided to add a new house to welcome more villagers. Let the day begin. Unfortunately, the customers still was not happy. So for the rest of the day, I let the money build up and kept an eye on the reviews. Day 4, I decided to see how far away we was from the barber shop, and we are still quite far away. So today, I just spent the day letting the money rack up. Day 5 came around and I didn't add anything, I just let the money build up. People loved how affordable the ramen was, and we even got some perfect reviews. On day 6, I decided to add a new house to fill the population since we still couldn't afford the burger shop. And then I let the rest of the day play out. The same with day 7, I had to let that play out because we couldn't quite afford what we needed. Day 8, we could finally afford the burger shop, so we bought it. And then we had to change the menu, so I added a few things and started the day. And straight away people wanted to check out the new shop, but unfortunately we didn't get the ingredients right. So day 9, I decided to improve the menu again, and then everyone wanted more cream in their boba because why wouldn't they? So day 10, I added more cream like they asked and started the day. And it worked, my customers were now happy with the boba store and also the ramen place, so it was going well. Then I stupidly realised that the satisfaction rating wasn't great, so I had to add a new pack to make them happy, and I'm sure this will push me over the edge to complete this level. So now the villagers could enjoy the streets and everything it has to offer. It was now getting to the end of the day, everyone was returning home, and look at that, I completed this level. And now we can proceed into an area that has a population of older people with different tastes, but they want to attract more younger people in. And we have unlocked a few new things. So for my first thing I added, it was a modern house that would add 5 youths to this area. I then decided to increase the value of the ramen shop, and with the money left over I decided to add more beauty to this place to make the villagers happy. I then started the day, letting the new villagers explore this tiny street. Now the ramen shop was already suitable for the elders, so then I knew I would have to add a new one to appease the youths. So day 2 of the new area, I knew I would have to add a new ramen store, and I'd have to adjust it to their liking, but I didn't exactly remember what they liked. So unfortunately we had to hope and pray that I got it right. We then started the day and unfortunately I did not get it right. But the elders were happy, that's what matters. So I decided to let the rest of the day go by. Day 3 of the new day, I quickly got to editing the menu. I then decided that it was best to add a park into the area because the satisfaction rating was a little low. And this means it'd also keep people a little happier. People wanted it to look just a little nicer and that would increase satisfaction. But other than that, youths and elders would meet frequently and was happy to have each other's presence. I also got some feedback about the ramen and knew I would have to adjust the menu once again. So the next day I got straight to fixing the menu of the ramen store. But unfortunately with the lack of money I had, I couldn't really improve any beauty or even add any more villagers. Then I started the day. It wasn't long until our first customer went to the ramen store, but unfortunately they wanted more noodles, so I would have to adjust the menu once again. Nothing much happened the rest of that day, so then the next day I got to adjusting the menu once again, and this time I had more money, so I could increase villagers or beauty. And I decided to go for villagers because then if they went to the ramen store, it would increase my money more, so then I can improve beauty over time. Looking at our goal, we had to make more money per day. So I started the day again, and let's see what today brings us. It didn't take long for people to be out, and we perfected the ramen recipe, so everyone was happy now. Day 6, I decided to look at the bookstore, and unfortunately we couldn't afford it just yet, but I knew that this would help us make more money per day. But with the money I had, I decided to add some more beauty to make the villagers more happy. And then I started the day. But nothing really happened that day apart from collecting money, so I decided to skip through it. On day 7, I decided to add some beauty to the ramen store and then started the day. But once again, nothing much happened, so I just skipped through the day. Day 8 was also the same. Day 9, I earned some extra money by picking up trash left by the villagers. Day 10, we finally had enough for the bookstore, so I got to buying it straight away. It did add 2 elders though, so now we had more elders than youths. Then I had to think of what the youths or elders would like, so I just decided on whatever and let that be. I raised the price a little bit as well. And then we started the day. Now I didn't know if I picked the right one for either the youths or the elders, but we'd have to wait and see. And quickly we got some feedback. The elders weren't happy, the youths weren't happy, so I knew I would have to adjust what I just did. Day 11, I got to adjusting the bookstore range and hoped that this would make both youths and elders happy. Then I decided to see how much it would cost to add more villagers, but I couldn't afford it right now, so I had to start the new day. And quickly got some feedback. There was just one book that they didn't like, so I knew I would have to adjust it at least one more time. I then spent the rest of the day building up as much money as I could. Day 12 meant I could now add some more villagers, and then I decided to adjust the bookstore range and hoped this would be the final time I would have to do this. And then the day started, and I didn't meet the criteria for the elders, and there was still one book that the youths didn't like. So day 13, I once again messed around with the book range and tried to think what both generations would like. And I settled on these and then started the day. And luckily the youths were all happy with 3 books, and our money was climbing up rapidly too. Everyone was now happy in this little street, and because everyone was happy, that meant that I won the level. So this new area wanted more cats to come to the street, and they even wanted a florist. And I can see exactly why they needed my help. Who in the world needs 6 convenience stores? We don't. I knew we would need 2 since we have elders and youths, so I decided to fill the first one up with things that I thought people might like. Then decided to add some beauty to it so it would increase the satisfaction because the beauty rating was 0. Then I upgraded the house to add more villagers so we would make more money. We also have a service station, which meant we could get some recycling. However, that brought our money down to 0, so we had to start the day. And we got some feedback. They was happy with one item, but the price was too low, so they didn't trust it. But on happier news, we attracted 1 cat, and of course I had to pet it. Then we got some other feedback that there was 2 items that the people liked, so we knew we'd have to switch up the items in the store. Day 2 of the new area, I decided to check the requirements for the florist, and we was obviously lacking in everything. I then decided to recycle one of the convenience stores because no one needed 6 of them. The second convenience store was lacking, obviously, it only had noodles in, so I decided to stock that up as well. I then got rid of another convenience store because we just didn't need it. And then I decided to look of ways I could increase satisfaction, but we just couldn't afford it. So I settled with adding some elders into the area, then started the day. The elders were still complaining about the price, saying it was too cheap, and I was still battling on what the youths actually liked. On day 3, I decided to get rid of 2 other convenience stores since we only needed 2. Then I decided to add more beauty to the place, which would increase satisfaction. Then I started the day and quickly realised that I hadn't even edited the shop, so of course customers were still unhappy. So day 4, I increased the price of the second store, hoping that would make the elders happy. Then I tried figuring out what the youths would like, so I switched it out for this because I also heard it attracts cats. But in doing so, I got rid of an item that the youths liked. But at least the elders were now happy with the price. So you may notice we're now on day 12, only one shop, because I was getting really frustrated, so I just gave up with one of them and then decided to pour my money into somewhere they can relax. And we are attracting some cats as well, so that's good. Now we just had to build our money up. So I spent day 13 getting as much money as I could. And we had some money, but unfortunately our satisfaction rating was too low, so we couldn't actually get the florist. So I decided to upgrade the elder house. I then started the day hoping to make back the money and to also make our satisfaction go up. Day 16, yes, I know I skipped 15 because nothing went on. Anyway, the store was going great for the youth. I forgot to show you that as well. Our money was slowly climbing up. So eventually we would be able to afford the florist. And the time had come. We could now buy the florist. Finally, woohoo! So I didn't like the selection, so I added more roses, more acacias, and I was going to get rid of the daisies, but then I thought it looked a bit plain, so I just kept them. And then I started the day and already we had a customer and they didn't even like the daisies. God's sake. Wait, I heard a cat. I got to pet it. Anyway, they also wanted more tulips, so I would have to add that. Right, it's getting to the end of the day. Nope, never mind, I win! Right, we're now in a new area. Oh, this one is going to be tricky. So we need a 10 out of 10 from elders and youths for ramen, 10 out of 10 for karaoke songs from youths and elders, and we need a shop investigator to help us with that. We've got a few unlocks, and apparently we're going to get a random paper every day. Oh, and just like this one. People won't drop trash today. That means our money won't go up by collecting trash. The first thing I decided to do was add a ramen shop. And then it was time for the perfect thing to adjust the menu. Again. Then I was debating whether to add villagers or beauty, but I went with beauty instead. Then I decided to increase the attraction of the ramen shop. And then started the day. So I was trying to focus on youths for this one, and they wanted more pork. And the elders wanted more shrimp, so I would have to build a new one in the next day. Talking of the next day, one youth had turned into an elder. Then I went in and adjusted the youth's ramen shop. So now it was time to build the second ramen store. Once that was done, I remembered an elder wanted more shrimp in the youth's ramen, so I added shrimp straight away. Then I decided to decorate it up as well and started the new day. And the youth's menu needed adjusting, and I knew the elders would need adjusting as well. Yep, just like that. Good news though, we had a cat come visit the streets. The next day, I quickly adjusted the youth's menu, and I also adjusted the elders menu, raising the price as well. I then decided to build a new house, increasing the population of the street. Then I began the day. I spent the morning cleaning up and petting some cats. Then I got some reviews on the ramen store, knowing that I would have to adjust it once again. Our satisfaction level was low, so I decided to add a new park, also giving us some beauty points as well. Then I started the day and I had a cyclist, so I quickly collected some money from them. And I made the youths very happy because it was a perfect recipe for them. Elders, on the other hand, were still not happy, so I would have to adjust their menu. On happier news, we still had cats visiting the street. Looking at our goals, I decided to see how much the service station was, but we couldn't afford that. And the karaoke bar, we also couldn't afford that, and we didn't have the requirements either. Our beauty rating was still a little low, so I added some beauty to the house and started the new day. That day went by and nothing really happened, so hopefully this day will bring us some excitement. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The next day I decided to add a new house to bring in more villagers, then decided to add some beauty to it, and then started the day. I perfected both ramen recipes now, until I got hit with this, and that just made me angry. So then I spent the next few days trying to fix the ramen recipe for the elders. And after a couple of days, I finally did it. And now I could afford the service centre, so I quickly bought that, but then didn't have enough money to actually hire the shop investigator. So I spent the day saving up money. And the next day I was able to buy it, so that was good, but then I had no money to do anything else. I could now afford a karaoke bar, and I knew I would have to buy another one to please both elders and youths, but for now I was happy with one. And then I just picked at random the songs I thought maybe both would like, and just hoped for the best. I only had one good thing for the youths, but I had two things that the elders liked, so I would focus on the elders. With being helped by the store supervisor, I was able to get rid of the one that the youths liked, and added a new one to see if the elders would like it. I also added some beauty to the place as well. But then the elders said that it was too cheap, so they don't trust it. Although it was cheap, I did get a 10 out of 10 for the elders, so that's a goal ticked off. We only needed the youths now. But because we got this random stupid thing, we didn't have enough for a new karaoke bar, so we'd have to spend today saving up more money. I also added a new park to increase satisfaction and make the villagers happy. The next day we finally bought the other karaoke bar, and I filled it with stuff that I thought the youths would like. And then we started the day. And I got it right first try. The karaoke bar for the youths was a hit and everyone was happy, so that meant I had now completed this level. And this will be the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!